How to create a contour gradient design such as this in Affinity Photo. Go to File and New, and then go down here to Color and set it to RGB/32. The document can be any size and click Create. Now you can go to a Layer and New Fill Layer. You always need a layer in Affinity Photo, so New Fill Layer, and you can see it over here. Go to the Gradient tool and I'm going to apply it like that. You can see white to black, but you can also apply any of these swatches. Now, of course, the colours you've got in your swatches will be different from mine. Now you can go over to Layers, go from Normal and put it to Difference. Go here, right click, and you can go down here and you've got Duplicate, you've got Delete, Copy, etc. But I'm going to go with Duplicate. And of course, Duplicate is going to be black. Difference between them, there's obviously nothing. So with that, I can apply gradient, and you can see now the gradient is super colourful design already. But right click, duplicate, and I can then just drag it in any direction. Also, go with radial and other options. Perfectly reasonable as well. And you can see you can create some beautiful colours without doing anything else. But I'm going to extend this a bit more. I'm just going to go to Layer, and I'm going to merge them. So Layer and Merge Visible. It makes a pixel layer. So pixel layer up here, that's a combination of all those fill layers. With that, I can now manipulate it even further. Let's just drag that there and zoom in a little bit. You can apply filter effects. So I'm just going to go to Filters and Blur. And you could use any of these blurs, but you could also use Distorts. Lots of great ones there. But Blur and Radial Blur for this example. And with this, you can change the angle. So you can push it up to there. And you can also change the origin point. And because you've got this full range of colours, you can create some truly awesome colour designs, which you, of course, could stop at this point. So I'm just dragging around. And I think, you know, that looks great. So beautiful sort of unusual sky, beautiful sun in the sky. You can then go to Layer, and you can fade that. So fade radial blur. And that will be the same for any of the filters you use. Now, you'd think that the fade should go that way. It's actually the other direction. So fade, put it to 0. Bit unusual, but anyway, that's the way it works. Blend mode, and go down to difference. And you can see the result of that. And you could use other blend modes as well, but difference is a good one. But negation is another one as well. So difference, and click apply. Now, you can apply that filter again. So filter, now you could use the same. You could, if you do, just, the result sometimes can be quite nice. That's quite reasonable. But I quite often like to go to filter, blur, and you can combine it as well. Maybe use, say, a distortion as well. Go down here, radial blur, and you can move this around. So you might find, you know what, that looks beautiful. Love that sort of orange, red, pinks, all in that design there. And click apply. As before, you can go to layer and you can fade it. So fade radial blur. Again, put it down to 0 and go to normal and all the way down to difference. And you can see what's happening now. You're starting to get a contour into this. So click apply. And filters, and again, blur and radial blur. You could use motion blur as well, but you can move this around. You see, as you move it, you get all, I think that looks lovely, perfectly reasonable. Click apply. And then you can go to filters, and also you could use colors as well, auto levels. That's another great one. You might like to use that and combine it, or auto contrast. Go to layer, fade radial blur, and again, just change that fade, put it down there, and go with difference. And you can see the result of that. Click apply. Now at this point, you might like to go to filters and colors and auto levels. And you get obviously a much brighter image there. And you've got this lovely contour gradient design. And of course you can manipulate it further with other filters. Really good one. Go to liquify, just there, liquify persona, and just distort the design maybe in different ways. And of course you can always go back and use that radial blur again to modify that even more. And once you're happy, click apply. And you've got your design there. Some truly unusual contour gradients in Affinity Photo. If you've got any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Always great to hear from you. Also, a like or dislike, always appreciated. Also, please subscribe. Always adding new tutorials all the time for Photoshop, Affinity Photo, Designer, and many, many others. Bye.